Łukasz Zając, Defense24. Dzisiaj gościmy w Centrum Szkolenia Poligonowego w Orzyszu, dokładnie w Bombowie Piskim. Za mną strajkery Armii Amerykańskiej. To jest ekipa, która ma rozpoznać, znaleźć i przeciwdziałać dronom. Za chwilę z operatorem jednego z tych urządzeń będziemy rozmawiać. Całość tej taktyki, tego nowego pomysłu na działanie nazywa się Flytrap.
Project Flytrap has been a joint combined exercise between the United States and the United Kingdom's military, specifically focused on how do we incorporate counter-UAS equipment and tactics, techniques, and procedures instead of in a fixed or static defensive position, but with maneuver elements, specifically with the 3rd Squadron, 2nd Cavalry Regiment, whose vehicles are behind us, which are the Striker platforms, or the United Kingdom's element of the 1st Royal Yorks, who are using open vehicle constructs, also known as the Jackals. With that, Project Flytrap has been very iterative in nature, first starting off actually at Fort Irwin, California with Project Capstone Convergence 5, also known as PCC 5, which was where all of the sensors and effectors were out in Southeast California, to pretty much test and evaluate and ensure all of those systems could network and more or less crosstalk. The next step of our iterative phases was exercises 2.0 and 3.0, which we conducted at Hohenfels training area, Germany. During 2.0 and 3.0, for the first time, that's when 3.2 CR and the 1st Royal Yorks actually met face to face, where everything we learned at PCC 5 came together with a few days of initial rehearsals and network integration, where we were successfully able to have both the US and UK not only tactical communication systems, but also the various sensors and effectors share and conduct that crosstalk. Additionally, with 2.0, we conducted very much rudimentary baseline data collection. So as I mentioned, Project Flytrap was meant for the integration of those sensors and effectors into maneuver formations. But like all evaluations and tests, we have to do that baseline. So as the sensors and effectors were intended to be employed and utilized, we conducted the evaluations all on static. We would be executing exercise 4.0 here in BPTA Poland with a full force-on-force scenario. So we did have one day to conduct an ad hoc exercise 3.5, and that was when we had all 3 platoons from Lightning Troop, 3.2 CR, and the platoon from 1 Royal Yorks maneuver as one combined operation that we would see in various large-scale combat operations. From that, we had a nice tactical pause. We have 8 various sensors and effectors from the United States employed, and approximately 20 sensors and effectors employed from the United Kingdom. And what we've been doing for the past 2.5 to 3 days is our recon assets from 1 Royal Yorks out in front of the main maneuver, main maneuver element, which is 3.2 CR, operating against very close to near-peer threat, utilizing mechanized infantry equipment, so the U.S. Bradleys, as well as also a dismount recon assets, recon squads, and that enemy force is also employing red UAS assets to conduct intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance on our friendly forces, as well as incorporating additional enhancements to the red UAS platforms of simulated dropper munitions, using tennis balls as a simulated item. Very, very representative of what we are seeing to the east between Russia and Ukraine.
So the UK and the US are partners in this exercise. We're here with a reconnaissance platoon to try and create a generalist answer to the counter-UAS problem and how we equip our sections down at the low level, the infantry, who needs to carry what, where they need to be carrying it, and what sort of genres of equipment are useful.
Most important thing in warfare against the UAVs, is it the speed or is it the armor?
I would say that it's a mixture of both. I'm going to be a diplomat here and say it's about flexibility. So it's the ability to get into a location, think you might have had it all set up and all squared away, and actually a UAS comes across, identifies you, you've got to move your whole formation, 5 minutes notice to move, 2 minutes notice to move, get out and then reposition it and do it all again, and then do it again, and then do it again as and when they find you. Because the UAS will find you eventually, so it's about being flexible enough to move. But both these platforms have got their pros and cons. This being armoured, you feel probably a bit more safe. This being slightly faster, I'm able to get up and go at the drop of a hat.
Okay, so Peter, I want to ask about all the stuff we are looking. This is a striker and you are the part of reconnaissance team.
Correct. I am PFC Peter and this is a Skyview and a Titan, and I am wearing the Wingman and Pitbull.
This equipment, it's counter drones, or you just the drone operator and looking for the threat?
So what this does, what I'm wearing, is it detects the drone, and the other piece that works with it is a jammer.
So this is the Beast Plus system. It's not that heavy actually, it's only 10-15 pounds, which is relatively super light to typically how heavy these man-pack systems are. This is a early detection device. It also provides electronic attack, so that can be jamming. It also provides early warning, so if maybe you have your enemies, you're looking at the spectrum, you have your enemies communicating a few clicks out, you could see that, let your commander know we have enemies coming from this direction.
So you are some kind of walking radar?
Yeah, pretty much, just using the electromagnetic spectrum.
Our adversaries will never understand alliances and friendships like the United States and our NATO allies do. We work together, we train together, we do everything together. We share technologies together. We're here with the UK working on countering unmanned systems. It is just it's crucial. It's one of our many superpowers, and at the same time, this is kind of a proving ground, and we're in the iteration that I've seen today and know is happening is so interesting to me. The way that they can sort of do a 1.0 exercise, do a 2.0, do a 3.0, to a 4.0, and already be thinking about the next exercise and how do we make it even more real and really challenge ourselves. And we heard discussions today from the soldiers that are doing the exercising, that are experiencing it, and it's for me, I worry about these things. I mean, it was one thing to get the political win at the summit with all of our allies saying, yeah, we're going to spend a lot more on defense and deterrence, but it's another thing to come and see it and to understand what that actually is turning into, and how that money is turning into capabilities, and how those capabilities are innovative and cutting edge. So that's, I'm working with everybody both in Washington, D.C., but most importantly across all the capitals in NATO to make sure that we're thinking about this in all the domains, in our 360 effort, whether it's in the Arctic or whether it's in the southern neighborhood or whether it's in space. It's all of those domains. NATO needs to be innovative, and we need to make sure that we're turning this new increased spending into real capabilities. And again, so that we are strong enough that we don't have to fight because no one wants to take us on because we've deterred them. So, but thank you. I appreciate all y'all. And most importantly, I appreciate all our soldiers here. I mean, it's just, as an American that, has just, believes that I'm a patriot. I see real patriots, and to experience this and to see them and the sacrifice they're making, being out here in this lovely weather, to really see the American soldier at work is, it gives me great pride and just fills me with a lot of hope for the future of our country, future of the NATO alliance, which has never been stronger, and really the future of the free world. Well, obviously, I'm not here to announce any, movements of American troops. Just know that we think Poland is the model ally. Poland has been spending the money on capabilities. They were, they're going to be at 5%. if not this year, next year soon, you know, together with our friends in Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. And that's why I made sure in my travels that I initially came to a lot of countries like Poland and Estonia and Latvia, and I'm going to Lithuania at the end of August, to demonstrate that commit to the NATO alliance and to their own individual security, and therefore strengthening the collective security of NATO, ultimately is rewarded. And so, you know, one of the things I could do as the U.S. ambassador in NATO is spend my time in places that are doing, you know, what we want and what we hope all of our allies are doing.